huge Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news. This is the most important information we have seen about the games so far, which is why everyone watching this video needs to share it with all of their friends. Not even your friends that play Pokemon, because this is the open world Pokemon game. It's for all gamers. We are going to have the best Pokemon experience ever. Comment your thoughts down below because this changes everything. Leave a like, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. So initially, news coming from Sierra Dawn. She got to play the game, and in her gameplay breakdown, she says that Terra Blast is an 80 base power move. That already has massive implications with tons of stuff I've already been breaking down. But then Gaming Bible, they give us even more, and I didn't think it was going to be this way. No one really thought it was going to be this way. So Pikachu with Electric Terra type goes to 2x. I have been kind of basing my math off of 2.25, kind of a double stab thing. But no, even less damage than thought. However, Pikachu with Flying Terra type keeps its base stab while becoming a pure flying typing. That's actually better than the 2x, and that changes everything I've been doing, because I've been running a mini-series about, like, Gen 9 competitive preparation, looking at the officially confirmed revealed Pokemon from the trailers, and I've already lost my mind. I haven't even made it out of Generation 1, and some of the stuff, like Blissey. Yeah, Blissey. You know, anything's possible with all that. You have 18 evolution types. The game is going to be insane, but I've been factoring off of you completely change to that typing, you drop your original stab unless you're doubling into it. It's going to be 2.5x, and Terra Blast is 90, so everything just got a million times more complicated. And the reason why I thought Terra Blast was going to be 90 is after we saw the overtuned power in Dynamax, where you throw out your Thunderbolt, you throw out your Shadow Ball, your 80, 90 bread and butter moves, goes to 130. So every Pokemon, I feel, should get a 90 base power with something like a Thunderbolt for, or, you know, like Shadow Ball goes to 90 as a Terra Blast for a Gengar or something. That just sounds right. But instead, it's actually like this weird nerf with less power if you're leaning into it. That changes all of my damage calculations. And yeah, like this information right here, going off of the trailers and the website information, like it wasn't quite there, because you read it, primary feature is that it changes your Pokemon type to its Terra type. Pokemon don't outwardly show what their Terra type is until they terrestrialize, and then you can like catch your opponent off guard and have near infinite strategic possibilities. That infinite strategic stuff is why I have been losing my mind, and we can see like some of the information. When you break it down, it just sounds like, yeah, it becomes that type, and then you lose the stab. So each Pokemon's Terra type, ineffective until it terrestrializes, change that type. Some even be normal. It enhances your battle strategies by increasing the powers of any moves that have the same type as your Pokemon's Terra type, or by changing your Pokemon's weakness. So yeah, we actually didn't have like hard information about that, even from official sources, until less than a month until the game comes out. So now, like, that's it. We were given access to a quick graphic explaining how it works. Like, that doesn't sound right. That can't be right. Why didn't they make it clear? Because you become a completely different type of a Pokemon. Alright, what does this mean for the numbers? Well, I was kind of using crit, because like 1.5 times 1.5 to do the damage numbers. That's now messed around with. Also, instead of like doing 90 calculations on the Terra Blast, it's down to 80. I was like super fearful of Pokemon, which is also why you plan for the worst and hope for the best. I'm a tank type battler. I have pretty much become like the best win condition tank Pokemon player in the world, and I don't want to see, you know, a Porygon coming in with adaptability 2.25x, stronger tri-attack move or anything like that. So if all of my damage calculations are about the overtune number, then I can plan a little better. But with this, it seems like the oppressive, sweeping stuff we've been talking about still going to be strong. Still doubling into Terra type's going to be crazy, but now, like, and also adding the stab, I think that's better, because the fear is, like, well, if I have a Gengar and then I become an Ice-type Pokemon just for reasons, and I lose access to the stab Shadow Ball, that's a thing. Also, why would they use Pikachu as an example? Does that mean we have triple stab? Does that mean every Pokemon becomes a Delmise? That's why is no one else talking about this? Why didn't anyone else mention that Terra type was 80 base power as well? Because that's kind of a big deal. So that's ridiculous. So yeah, like more powerful coverage, less individual like one-shotting nukes. But as a tank player, I'm more worried about those nukes, especially because I could like Terra to change my weaknesses around. But that's going to change everything. Great. But I think a lot of the discussion I've had in that series still holds up. Like the evolution video, like you have every evolution in the game now. Just because you can just take all these base stats and then turn it into whatever typing, but now you actually keep the base typing. Or you can just double it down and get some super strength out of it. Pretty nice stuff. So yeah, I was just kind of running numbers, like how much damage can we pump into a Porygon to fight into a Garchomp, minus the Ice Beam. So like, yeah, 80 base power Tri-Attack, 90 on the Ice Beam. Some Pokemon, that's also kind of interesting because like, oh, if you go Ice, but they already have Ice Beam instead of Tera Blast, then you're just better off with that Ice Beam. So now some move poaching is going to be on the table. But with this, I was like, okay, so we go Modest Nature, Adaptability. That's just going to give us like the most damage possible on our Terra typing. We go into the normal Terra type. So that's going to be 30% more damage. So I guess like we'll just round it to 105. And we're one-shotting a Garchomp. And the interesting thing about like Porygon, like that's why I want the Agility moveset. So it's just one idea of how you just blow everything up. You go Agility. By not having like a Choice Specs or Choice Scarf, you're able to move around your movesets and have different coverage against other Pokemon. Like this Pokemon's still going to sweep. This thing's still going to slap because it is a Porygon at the end of the day. You can eat an Earthquake from a Garchomp. Gets a little more sketchy if we're dealing with a Life Orb, but then Garchomp's going to be burning itself as well, so most of the time you're going to survive. You get the Agility, now you're outspeeding Garchomp. If you are going up against Scarf Chomp, then yeah, there's absolutely no problem. So let's go and pull... Oh my god, I cannot spell today. So let's go and pull up that. Battle Stadium Singles, Choice Scarf, level 50, level 50. Those are the Earthquake numbers. So yeah, eat the Earthquake. You go Agility, now you're outspeeding it. Modest, Silk Scarf, Adaptability, Terra boosted Tri-Attack, double normal type, one-shotting it. We can also look at Pokemon like the Silvally. Silvally, if you're one-shotting a Silvally, you are doing great because base 95s on everything. No tank Pokemon are going to be that good, so then we look at some... Well, not Gengar because it's a Ghost-type Pokemon. Unless the Terra's out of the Ghost-type, which is going to be interesting. Jolteon comes in. Jolteon gets blown out. Gengar, we can then look at like a Shadow Ball because now you're outspeeding because of the other stuff. So Shadow Ball, and then level 50. So high chance to KO on that. You might be thinking like, why Silk Scarf? Why not Life Orb? That's because of the burn damage. Like you want to set up, and that's going to take a little bit. Also, maybe there's like some speed tiers. I don't know if this is the exact speed tier you want, but you cut some speed, put into hit points, survive a little better, GG easy. And that's just one Pokemon. Like, this is the implications of Terra for one Pokemon, and we're not even trying to triple stab with it. So, that's going to make things pretty crazy. Blissey completely walls this out, though. Other Terra types, other interactions are going to be absolutely nuts. And great, it's just beginning. So, one thing I like saying in these videos is that even though it looks like overwhelming, competitive is more accessible than ever with this, because you can just pull out a gimmick that like hard counters every single option your opponent can possibly have. I think there's going to be a lot of thieves out there. There's going to be a lot of casuals that are just having fun, and they get to steal some wins from better players because of the unpredictability and power that comes in through like all of these terrestrial shenanigans. And it's not like Mega sucked for competitive, let's be honest, in retrospect. Pretty much a failure. There was only like a lot of Pokemon just were not playable, were not viable. So it's like, oh, look at that, Houndoom's now back in Spotlight. Nah, you only get one. I'm definitely not using it on a Houndoom, especially when like we get stronger Scizor, or really just a lot of other Pokemon. Like, oh, Charizard gets one Dragon Dance and wins the game. We also look at Pokemon like Salamence, gets one Dragon Dance, wins the game. You know, being a little hyperbolic there. Swords Dance on Mawile starts getting terrifying really quickly. Then a lot of other Pokemon not really that insane. Like, oh, yeah, this is just worse Garchomp. You're just better off going Scarf or Life Orb, normal Garchomp, and then Mega Garchomp is just completely useless. Mega Abomasnow is a waste, and then Oras brought like a lot of craziness as well. But even then, why run most of these when you can prankster Calm Mind into Mega and then do all kinds of like wackiness on an unkillable Pokemon that you can't taunt because of Magic Bounce. So the tank that cannot be stopped in any way, yeah, it gets ugly really quick and the game's just over. But you can make whatever Pokemon you want. You can find something that no one else has seen that will win you more games than ever before. And I find that very awesome and inspiring about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, more shenanigans. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.